Now, when preparing class diagrams, there are some best practices that we'd all like to keep in mind. First being, use common terminology that is common within your organization for class names. Link classes on the diagram only when there is a clear business purpose for the relationship. Avoid crossing lines whenever possible. Use consistently sized class rectangles. Avoid running association lines close together. Try and opt for simplicity whenever you can. Focus first on the accuracy of the content, then address the appearance, and use notes to explain more complex situations as they arise. So when it comes to implementing a database from a class diagram, we want to follow the 5 steps that you see here on your screen. Okay, we're really creating a blueprint for developing a relational database by using structure models. So let's keep these 5 things in mind as we go along. The first step is to map classes to tables. Okay, we'll see that in just a few slides. Well, it's going to map class attributes to table fields and assign the primary keys. We'll map associations to foreign keys. We're going to create new tables to implement many-to-many relationships. And we're going to implement relationships among tables following the class diagram. So here we can see step 1, which is map classes to tables. So we've got our classes over here to the left, okay? And then we've got a table for each one of those classes. And here we can see our attributes and our primary keys for each one of our classes. Just looking a little closer again, here's step 2, and here we're just looking at our tables. And again, making sure that for each table that we have assigned a primary key. The third step in our process is to map one-to-many association to foreign keys. And we've got a little bit of a rule of thumb here, and it's always to go towards the many relationship or the star to post the foreign key. So if we're looking at what we've got modeled above, if we want to start with state, the primary key of state would be, if we're going towards auto, the foreign key, we're going towards the star. So the primary of state would be the foreign key to auto. Okay? The primary key in person, if we go towards the star, would be the foreign key in auto. Now if we happen to have a situation where we have a many indicator on both sides of the relationship, as we do with dealers and autos, we have a star here and we have a star there. The association between dealers and autos would actually be implemented with a new table called dealer auto, with the primary key formed as the combination of the primary keys of the 2 classes. Just something to point out there. Lastly, here we're taking a look at implementing relationships among our tables. So we can see our table of person. The primary key here is person ID, and we can follow that down our relationship to the many. We can see that person ID is a foreign key in the auto table. Okay? Or we could start in the states table. The state abbreviation is our primary key. If we follow that to our many relationship, that would be a foreign key in our auto class. Now remember, we had the situation with the auto dealer being many relationships for both. So we have a new class table here, serviced by. And that's why there's 2 primary keys here, because we would have to use a combination of both for our primary key in the service by table. So now we've walked through the steps to implementing a database from a class diagram. Thanks for joining me.